Hello, hello, hello. Uh, Today we're gonna make a soup. The wife's not home. It's not her favorite just because it's plain. I personally love it. It's a Mexican favorite. Not that I'm Mexican, but I eat a lot of Mexican food. Anyway, we're gonna make a beef soup, aka Caldo de Res, and today we're gonna start. We're gonna make it with a big chuck roast. You can use about any cut of beef you want. Traditionally, it's a cheap throw together soup. So they typically people like to use like beef shank in it. Get rid of the beef shanks in your fridge and whatnot, but you can use anything you want. You need some bone in it because you want the uh, some of the marrow and the collagen out of it a little bit. So gives it a great flavor. So I got a pot of boiling water right here. I washed these bone down really well. I'm just going to throw those in for flavor. And then we're going to use this chuck roast. I like a chuck because the it's got so much fat inside the muscle tissue that it'll tender up really nice. We're just going to cut this up into some fairly big pieces. Oh, I don't know, maybe about 2-inch pieces because this is going to get so tender inside in this boiling water that it's all gonna, it's just gonna flake apart when we go to eat it. My wife doesn't care for this, mostly because she doesn't like what. Typically, when you make caldo, it comes in everything's in big chunks. The meat, the veggies, everything's in big chunks, and she doesn't like that. And I happen to love it that way. So we're she's off and gone for the evening, so we're gonna do it my way. All right. We're gonna add some seasoning to that. That's my own blend. It's just it's salt, pepper, garlic, onion. We're gonna put in quite a bit of that just to get us started. And that's going to come up to a boil. And we're gonna let this boil for a good hour before we start putting anything else in it. And then we'll come back and add our other spices and veggies and whatnot. While your caldo, your meat is boiling, it'll give off this scum on the top. Just come through and get off of there what you can. Okay, it's been about half hour. Um, a lot of people put in like a whole head of garlic and a small onion, a medium-sized onion, when they start their meat. I don't like to do that just because that stuff all gets in kind of the way when you're trying to skim all the meat impurities off the top of the water. So it's been about half hour, and we're going to go ahead. We're going to add our onion. I've got a medium onion here, just roughly chopped. It's not diced. So I'm going to add those. I'm adding 1 ear of corn, chopped it up in about, well, those are about 2 to 3 inch pieces. Usually I do a couple, but since I'm the only one eating, No reason to get crazy. And I'm throwing in two. Oh, yeah, it's okay. It doesn't matter. You can put the carrots in now. So typically, you want to stagger your veggies because they all cook at different times, and this can take 2 hours. It can take 3 hours to make this. That it all depends on your meat, how fast your meat can cook. But you don't want to throw in like your cabbage in the beginning, because unless you want it just soggy mush when you go to eat, you want to throw that in towards the end because it only takes, you know, 5-10 minutes for the cabbage to cook. And the cilantro, well, you can put that in about any time. You know, I I'll just put that in now. A lot of people don't put in cilantro. I love the way it makes my caldo taste. Here in a little bit, we'll put in some celery and a small tomato. Tomato is optional. A lot of people don't use it. I like a little bit of tomato in mine. But I forgot that I was out of garlic. So I'm going to use this jar of chopped garlic I have. And I'm going to throw in about a big tablespoon. It'll be okay. We'll live through it. Your veggies, you can add, whatever you want. It's your choice. It's Caldo de Res, which literally means, beef soup. So the beef is the important part. It's just getting beef in it. Anything else is just whatever you want to put in there. Here in a little bit, we'll put some potatoes and some celery, tomato, cabbage. Traditionally, they put in it's a type of green Mexican squash, and I can't remember the name of it. But they don't carry that at my store. So I always just use zucchini. You know what? You can't tell the difference. It's the same thing. So just throw in a zucchini or two, depending on how many people you're feeding. I completely forgot and did not pick up a zucchini. So today we're skipping the zucchini. Okay. It's been about another hour. I'm going to go ahead and throw in my, what do you call this stuff? Sorry. I'm going to just chop up a tomato real quick. I don't like a lot of tomato in mine. A little bit, not much. So we're just going to use this little small one here. Chunk that in there. I'm going to throw in a couple jalapenos because I can. And we are going to rough chop a couple of potatoes. Don't need a lot of potato. And this one's pretty big anyway. Those nice big chunks. I just checked the meat. It's coming along nicely. Okay, my caldo de res is done. I added the cabbage about 10 minutes ago, and this cook took right about 2 hours altogether. And I am so ready to eat. It's got these big chunks of beef and the corn, and I got a nice jalapeno there, cooked carrots and cabbage, potato. Oh my gosh. Probably use just a hair more salt, maybe another dash of pepper. Over here to garnish, I'm going to throw in a little lime. I like lime in mine. I'm going to eat it with some pickled jalapeno, carrots, and cauliflower. Some of my own pickled stuff I made. Eat this with a nice big tortilla or two, hot. That is the perfect stuff. Happy cooking. I hope you make this.